Hey folks, Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to yet another Thursday live stream. Today, while we were deciding on the thumbnail, we all were laughing because, you know, the suggestion came from my side: India-China relationship or situationship. And my team members who are Gen Zs, they're like, "Ma'am, how do you know about situationship?" I said, "Now these days, I keep on talking so much with the Gen Z crowd that even I keep on constantly learning new words." And that is the reason why I thought I should use this new knowledge that I gain in our thumbnails as well. Uh, I'm sure everyone has read this in the news about the relationship between India and China, a newly evolving relationship, is what I can say. Uh, I'm sure you see. Chalo, let us put it into a perspective. Currently, what has happened is that, of course, USA has put India at an absolute disadvantage by not only charging 25% tariffs, but 25% additional penal tariffs just because we are buying Russian oil. Now, we know for a fact that yes, we are buying Russian oil and we have been imposed penalty, but China also simultaneously knows that they are also buying Russian oil. They are yet to be charged this penal tariffs. So somewhere down the line, China also feels that, I mean, they also may be thinking that what if such a penal tariff is imposed on them as well? So could there be a possibility that just in case, see, like we say, there are multiple ways to tackle problems, right? What is the problem is US is imposing tariffs. What could be multiple ways to tackle it? Like China could have done it. What was a simple way China could have tackled tariff? Rather than directly China exporting to US, China first would have exported to some other country where there would be no tariffs, and to such a country where the tariffs will be pretty less for sale done from that country to USA. We have discussed this way out. Can India also do it in a similar way? Yes. And if I'm not mistaken, Titan also has, I think I was reading this in the news. Please cross check this. But Titan, I think, was mentioning this that they are going to maybe buy out some brand in Middle East, Damas, maybe. Uh, where they said that first we would be exporting to UAE, where there is no trade barrier per se, and then from UAE it will be exported to USA. So possibility number one is we keep on selling. Of course, the margins will shrink a little bit, but not to the tune of 50%. I mean, as high as 50% tariff. It will not be such a bad hit, right? Number one. So that is possibility number one. What could be possibility number two? That if the overall demand from USA drops, we all would want to search for alternatives where this demand could get absorbed. Coffee by Akshay Ranade. Just before the live stream, I told Akshay that I'm feeling very tired. I'm feeling very sleepy, but I have the live stream, and he gave this coffee to me. Wow. Thank you, Akshay. On camera, on record. Thank you, Akshay. Okay. Right. So let's get back. So we as India would want to ensure that this entire demand is absorbed by some other country, right? And now, which could that some other country be? Could that be China in certain situations? Yes, of course. Why not? For China, India is a big market. For India, China is a big market. We all know that China as a trade partner cannot be trusted. China in itself cannot be trusted. Everyone knows that for a fact, right? But in such cases, can we actually think about something that out of 10 scenarios, let us say we are sure that we just cannot agree on 6 scenarios out of 10 scenarios. Question is, can we agree on 4 on 10 scenarios, which is called as a minimum common agenda? What is minimum common agenda? That out of 10, on 4 points, we will agree. Okay. It is not an out and out cooperation. It is not an out and out, friendship, out and out relationship. It's a situationship. See, what is the situation? That US is trying to threaten us, trying to threaten China. China has extremely strongly retaliated. Even India is retaliating. Though my love for our nation like everyone else, is extremely high. For a fact, I feel that China is definitely well positioned as compared to us. We should accept that. Even if we check our overall economy and if we compare it with China's economy, China is way ahead as compared to us, right? So everyone must understand this, that whatever we and China are doing together, we are trying to resolve certain conflicts. Especially number one is a border conflict that currently we are trying to come up with some solution for that. Samir is saying dushman ka dushman dost, actually something like that, right? So we are trying to see if we can try and resolve border conflicts to some extent. We are trying to see if there could be some minimum common agenda between the two of our countries. And of course, Russia is also in place. RIC is these days being talked about a lot, where Russia, India, and China together could definitely mean something. So it'll be really, I mean, these are extremely interesting points. Geopolitics is super interesting. Uh, See, every single time I read about new pieces of information, I feel that, oh my god, this is so new. I wish I should have read about this earlier. I wish I should have had more in-depth knowledge about this. So whatever I read, whatever I understand, I try to pass on that knowledge to you, because ultimately, see, when we talk about stock exchange, while we are a student of stock exchange, not only understanding the company is important, we have to understand the sector, and also we have to understand the economy per se. And while understanding economies, these days geopolitics is playing a big role in that. And that is the reason why, as I mentioned, I'm trying to even read through all these points, right? If we actually are able to strike some deal with China, there could be a lot of sectors, something like electronics, pharma, chemicals, fertilizers, renewable solar. We will be benefited because of this. Because, I mean, just to give you a simple example, right? If it's about rare earth, exactly. Uh, Porcelain is saying China has rare earth materials. Trump is scared to press much against them. Exactly. But if we and China can get along well, and if at least we secure some supply, something like rare earth minerals, as an example, because you gave that example, in that case also we should be happy that, chalo, okay, one thing is ticked off. Okay, so really interesting times. We should track geopolitics very carefully. We will also start learning a lot. So that was about India, China. Before we move on to the next segment, which is understanding Nifty levels, before that, welcome to membership, Swapnali, NS World, Manam, Porcelvan. Oh, ho, Raviji has gifted 5 memberships. Kya baat hai, kya baat hai. Thank you for that wonderful gesture, Raviji. Uh, kya baat hai. Ramneet, welcome to memberships. And Yogesh is saying, Acho, Yogesh is member for 61 months. Kya baat hai. Yogesh, nice. Yogesh, have you joined after a long time today? Yes. Yogesh is saying that. Very good evening, ma'am. Watching your live stream after a very long time. Yogesh, why were you absent? Tell me the reason. Okay, and Yogesh is also saying that, Raviji, great, you are gifting pro investor memberships. Yes. All right, all right. So with that, let's go back to our discussion. Important discussion about Nifty levels. So let me just pull up my screen. I've just drawn few levels for you. I've drawn the higher high, higher low chart for you. Okay, so everyone just focus on this. Okay. Um, Clear cut in a downtrend. So if you see here, what is the low point here? Let me just draw a line. 24,350. We can take it at 24,400. Number one support, extremely important support, 24,400. Okay. Now, if I were to check 150 DEMA and 200 DEMA, these are also key levels that we have to always track to understand levels. Let me just pull this on. 24,400 again and 24,200. So please note this down. 24,200, 24,400, both are extremely strong supports right now. We'll also do one more point of analysis right now. Let me just rub this off. See, this was the high point that we had seen. This was the extreme low. So let us check till what level did we retrace from this highest point till काय झालं? It's 1 minute. All def. From this high point to this low point. Okay. Now if you see here, we did hit a 78% retracement as well. 78.6 retracement we had seen. But where do you see a very nice base? You can see this base formation is pretty large. 24,500 large base has been formed here, after which we had steadily moved upwards, but then again back to this base. Typically 61% retracement level is considered to be a good level, and that is at 24,500. So all in all, 3 levels. If you want, you can note it down. 3 levels. Number 1, it is 24,500. Number 2, 24,400. And number 3, 24,200. All 3 levels, make a note of it. Arey kya baat hai. Yogesh ji saying he got promoted to officer scale, and that is the reason why maybe he was not able to attend. Okay, kya baat hai. Congratulations, Yogesh ji. Ravi ji has written the answers 24,400, 24,200 and 24,500. Kya baat hai. ठीक है. Fantastic. So levels are clear. Few quick points regarding mutual fund SIPs. I hope you have also read about that. Amazing numbers for SIPs. I'll show you some interesting data. Okay, 1 minute. Let me share my screen. Let me see if you can get this. Okay, I will just put this up. The July month SIP monthly inflow is 28,464 crores. This is the highest ever right now. Single month, 28,464 crores. Now, if I were to take a total of all these 4, April, May, June, July, this total, we are on AMFI website right now. Just zoom in. This total comes to 1,09,053 crores. So this entire amount, 1,09,053 crores, this is a total of what? This is a total of 4 months SIP contribution. Okay, 4 months SIP contribution in FY 25-26. Now this figure is bigger than yearly contributions till what? Till FY 2021. If you see, this is 1,09,000 crores, and till here, entire year was summing up to almost 1 lakh crores. So are we doing extremely well as far as domestic SIPs are concerned? Answer is yes. If we even wait for just 1 more month, I'm sure we should be able to surpass this number of FY 21-22 also. So really interesting times. All mutual fund houses are really getting getting a lot of inflows through SIPs. So domestic story looks to be extremely convincing. Even if you have a look at which sectors or which type of funds are getting the maximum net inflows, if you see our sectoral thematic funds is the most liked one with 9,426 crores net inflow, flexi cap 7,600 crores net inflow, followed by small cap, then mid cap, and then large and mid cap. So all these are net inflows for July 2025. Overall, also net inflows have grown. If I'm talking about a month-on-month net growth in net inflows, it's 81% growth. This is about mutual funds. But if I were to talk about even stocks, demat accounts, we did hit a 20 crore demat account mark, and we had hit 10 crores by August 2022. Just 3 years ago, we were at 10 crore mark. And in the last 3 years, we have moved up from 10 crores to 20 crores. And there was a very interesting article in Money Control which said that 20 crore demat accounts is what we have. And this is higher than the population of Bangladesh or Russia or Ethiopia, Mexico, Japan, some of these countries. So our number of demat accounts being higher than the population of few countries. It's amazing, but still I feel there's a long way to go. Let's see how this growth keeps on continuing, and that is how the overall market participation will also improve, right? So these were some key points from my side. Any quick questions from your side? Would also want to answer your questions. Oh, what is, I have not pulled out that number. What is the percentage of equity contribution against total mutual funds? We'll have to go to the website and pull out that number. But typically equity, so even today, this is in contrast with USA. In USA, typically index funds generally get a higher chunk as compared to actively managed funds. So index funds will be like a passively managed fund. For USA, the contribution to passively managed funds is more as compared to actively managed funds. In India, it's not like that till date. Actively managed mutual funds get a larger contribution as compared to index funds. Lancer Container, why falling and falling? I've never tracked this stock honestly, but let me just at least pull up screener and see Lancer Containers. Okay, let's see. Let me share my screen. Okay, let's go to the profit and loss. After March 23, this is again bad. Big drop here. Look at the operating profit margin. Stooped to 2%. 8%, 8%, 8%, 11%, 14%, down to 2%, and TTM it is 0%. Why would the stock perform well? What does the company do? Like business of freight forwarding, normal freight. I mean, of course, it's in the name containers, but freight forwarding, clearing, and okay. Market cap is also very less. Raviji, why are you tracking such a small company? Okay. RECPFC both in bloodbath. One more question on RECPFC. RECPFC both fundamentally strong, but haven't seen any growth in the stock since a year, though they are performing well as a company. What could be the reason? Absolutely, both are not performing well at all right now. Overall sluggishness is there undoubtedly. All in all, if you see any sector which has performed extremely well in a bull run, typically sees some sort of halting. I'll just do one thing. I will go to REC as an example. I'll just cut out the last 3 months data. Alt-R. Let me just first clear up the data and then I'll share my screen. Delete. Okay. Okay, this is what? May, June, July, August. Perfect. Now let me share my screen. Okay, let us check quickly if I'm talking about REC. Now, if you see here, look at the consolidation. October 2010 to July 2023, it was in almost sideways. For how many years? For 13 years, it was in a sideways trend. And after this breakout, just look at this massive rally. If you look at the percentage terms also, from July 23 to July 24, 1 year returns are 258%. That's massive returns, right? Now, typically, it is said that whenever we see such an amazing outbreak, first, something is wrong. When we see such a massive outbreak, typically, what we see is this is ideally the first target. Whatever is the height here, that is typically the first target, correct? Second target. Third target. दही हंडीत चालू आहे इकडे. And fourth target. It became 4x. Considering this height, it became 4x. This was a super massive rally. Okay. Typically, 2x is where we see some sort of consolidation. It didn't consolidate there. It just blew up from there as well. And so typically, what can we say that this around this area, 400 के आसपास 407. So you can just take it as a round figure 400. This is where we could see some sort of consolidation. Now, unfortunately, the thing is that I am not in a position to show you the latest uh, overall picture of REC or PFC, any stock for that matter. But what I will do is I will wait for a second. If you remember, last time also I told you, you should ideally have one more laptop or one more screen with you, and tell me whether you can see any sort of a pattern in REC right now. You can consider the time frame from, let's say, March onwards. March, April, May, June, July, and current month is August. I will wait for 30 seconds. Just check from 1st of March till date. Can you see something, some sort of chart pattern? Till then, I'll have my coffee. Next one, we'll check Jio Finance, Rajesh. First, let's check for REC. I had 2-3 queries for REC. 1st of March till date. Any chart pattern that you can see. No answers? Absolutely no answers. Okay, Preeti says sideways in a range. Okay. Okay, in a sideways, okay. Do you think it is like some sort of wedge? Wedge is like, simple words, like a triangle. Wedge, something like a triangle. So consolidation will be, let us say, something like horizontal, and I'm not sure. I'll just try and use Google Keep here. Google Keep. I'll show you what I am referring to. Okay. Oh, Sunit is saying only one device right now, madam. Okay, take it. Chalo. Stock is saying ascending triangle. Okay. So understand, if I'm talking about something like this, these are the highs and these are the lows. Is the stock going something like this? Tuck, 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 something like this. Is it going something like this? If that be so, this is more or less like a triangle pattern or a wedge pattern. When you say range bound consolidation, it could typically be something like this. This is also like range bound, but this would be more like a triangle or a wedge pattern. Okay. Anyone who has given some answers, let us quickly check. Downward wedge. Okay. Consistent support at current level, ascending triangle, consolidation, wedge downwards. So I hope everyone has gotten the answer like a consolidation. Fair enough. It looks like tea, but my husband has made coffee for me. Okay. Okay. So I hope REC point is clear. Bharat is saying, Rachana ji, BSC, though so strong fundamentally, it's drastically falling from recent bonus. Can we hold for real long term or better to dispose? See, I think right now the point that we discussed, from 10 crore demat accounts to 20 crore demat accounts in 3 years. It's like double in 3 years. In such cases, ideally we should see a momentum, a continued momentum in the capital market space. And if you are bullish about this whole growth story in the capital market space only, right from opening an account to trading over the exchange, I think it's a no-brainer. I love companies which are fundamentally strong, where competition is less, like a duopoly competition, and where entry barrier is also extremely high. Or kya chahiye? Nothing else. I mean, I hold BSC from its IPO. Okay. See, any other quick question? Yes. Rajesh Vira is asking, Jio Financial Services cup and handle in daily time frame looks like retest is also done. Your thoughts, please. I want people to answer. I am not going to answer directly. I'm going to check it on my screen. Jio Financial Services. Uh, he's saying cup and handle retest also done is what he is saying. Let us check. I want everyone to check this. 1 second. Which is this 26th June? I can't show. Uh, mhm. 8 May. Okay, I'll show you the chart. 1 second. I'll share my screen. What is he referring to? Have a look at this. Now, if you see here, this is 7th of May, 7th June, 7th July, 7th August. 3 months, save zone. I've drawn a line here at 306. Now, what do you have to check? See, here we saw a downward trend and we can see some sort of reversal. Possibility number 1, it goes down from here. Possibility number 2, it completes a cup followed by a handle and then it goes down. Or it could be cup, a handle, a breakout, and it just goes up. Or a cup, a handle, a breakout, a retest. What do you feel it is? I just want you all to tell me cup and handle failure or cup and handle breakout or cup and handle breakout and retest. This is the level I'm talking about, 306. And this is 7th of January 2025. I want answers in the comments. Okay, let us check. Yes, ma'am, cup and handle, breakout and a retest, cup and handle, breakout. Okay. I think enough answers you have gotten. Rajesh, yes, cup and handle, breakout, retest. Fair enough. Just last 1 minute to go. Quick question. IT index keeps on falling and seems to be more attractive now. Do you think there will be a reversal, trend reversal? I think it's a fallen stock and not a fallen business. Thoughts? I think we can take this up as a discussion as our last discussion for our live stream today. Very, very interesting discussion. I'll be honest, I am not at all bullish on IT even right now, even though the index has corrected by almost 30%. I'll give you a very simple reason for that. If you look at the management commentaries, the Q1 results management commentaries, I think either Infosys or TCS, either of them have not even given a revenue guidance. And on one of them has given something like some 1 to 3% revenue guidance. Okay. So there are many IT companies who have not given a revenue guidance or revenue guidance has been given as low as 1 to 3%. I don't think that is very encouraging. Okay. Even if you look at profit growth, Q1 profit growth YOY, it is not at all encouraging. Margin guidances are not good. For India, 70% of our total export comes, so IT exports basically, 70% of that roughly comes from countries like US and Europe. US का तो एक scene चल ही रहा है, but apart from that, even US economy is not doing that great. Neither is European economy doing that great. How many of you who are working in the IT sector, please tell me your thoughts in the comment section. I would want to read it. Can you feel that things are getting a little bit tough in IT sector? I just want a yes or no. Is there a problem? I mean, do you sense this problem in IT sector? Do you feel it? So I'm not saying it's down and out, but I'm just asking whether you can feel the heat. Can you see some kind of problems in the sector? Would want to know your thoughts on that. especially those who are working in the IT sector? Kalyani has given the answer as yes. Any others who would want to respond as well? Achha, till then, Yogesh has asked, at present scenario, shall I go for lump sum investment in mutual fund or weekly SIPs? I always would go ahead with weekly SIPs. Aniket is also saying yes. Chandra is saying yes. Avinash is saying yes due to AI adoption by many IT companies. That's what I get to know from many of my family, friends, or relatives as well. Hussein is saying yes, there are layoff, restructuring, and all, but I feel it should bounce back stronger in a short to medium term. What I feel, okay. But in the current scenario, at least it's not looking very merrier. I mean, many people keep on asking this question to me. Rachana, it has corrected so much. Is this a good time to buy? Has the valuation cooled off? I personally am not bullish. I'm not adding anything from the IT space in my portfolio. So I'm at least not doing that. All in all, looks a little bit gloomy, at least in the shorter term. It will be interesting to see how things turn out in the medium to long term. But short term, like Namita, I'll say I'm out. Right. Okay. All right. I think this is it. Before I wrap up today's session, one important announcement. And what is that important announcement? It is that we are coming up with yet another Har Ghar Investor program. This time it is going to be at Ahilya Nagar, and Ahilya Nagar is, this session at Ahilya Nagar is going to be on the 14th of September 2025. This exactly 1 month later, and it's on a Sunday, 11:30 in the morning. Uh, as usual, we'll talk about first half will be on personal finance, second half will be on stocks. Just 1 or 2 sessions ago, I had introduced AI in the field of investing. Preeti, Hyderabad is on the cards. I will announce Hyderabad very soon. But yes, currently Ahilya Nagar confirmation is what I've got. It's live on Book My Show. I'll give the links in the pinned comment and in the description box. Anyone who is from Pune, Mumbai, Ahilya Nagar, then Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, all these are pretty close. So anyone who is living in these areas, or you have friends and relatives there, so please tell them as well. And it's going to be a fun show in Marathi, of course. So please tell all these people about our show, and I'm sure they'll get to learn a lot. Anyone who has attended the Har Ghar Investor session, they already know about it. But yes, it's going to be fun. Bangalore already done, Ratan. Bangalore is already done. I know Chandigarh is still a little bit far away. But yes, Hyderabad will definitely tell you soon. Chennai is also on the cards. So after Maharashtra shows, it'll be Hyderabad and Chennai, and then up north. Okay. All right. So please check out the links in the description box and in the pinned comment. I hope you found value in today's live stream as well. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.